Well, hello everyone. It's Shani and I am back with a what sold video. This is going to be a little bit of a different video. For those of you that know me, you know that I'm a full-time hospice on-call nurse. And so Friday, today is Tuesday, November the 26th, but on Friday, I believe that was the 22nd, I started my full-time job at 5 p.m. And so my weekends, when I am covering the entire, weekend because of my full-time job, a lot of times I usually don't have a video, or if I do, I just happen to have one just, in my little bank waiting to be able to be posted. But so you haven't seen a video for several days from me, and I apologize, but it was a little bit crazy. So I got off work this morning at 8 a.m. So I actually, knock on wood, had a great night considering, but I was pretty much up the whole night before. So last night, my rest was very much needed. So this is I'm gonna do a ship with me on the 3 items that sold Monday, yesterday, and then I'm gonna go just run you through and pop up pictures of the items that sold from last Thursday through the weekend. So hopefully that works out. And my editing software has been working lately. I've had some issues with that, but I've been trying to figure it out. So I'm hoping everything will just work out. But I have 3 items that I need to get out for the postman that's coming today. No sales on eBay yesterday, none. It was crazy because this weekend, Thursday through Sunday, I had 16 sales and I was very stoked. I was like, okay, this is fourth quarter. Like, this is how it's supposed to go. And then Monday came and it was like my eBay was shut down again. I hardly sent any offers. I was like, what is going on? Because even though I was working my full-time job, I had drafts that I posted. So I was active on the eBay platform through the weekend. So it was just kind of like, okay, what's going on? Seriously. But I had a sale on Poshmark, 1 sale on Mercari, and 1 sale going out from Facebook Marketplace. And I know a lot of resellers have given up on Facebook Marketplace, and it can be there are times where it's frustrating because you get a lot of local people, I want this. I had one yesterday. I want this. I can pick up after 7 p.m. And when I said, I'm sorry, I'm not available to pick up for you to pick up tonight because I'm working, it was crickets. I never heard back. So that happens a lot on Facebook Marketplace. Really, I don't want to say it happens a lot. It can happen a lot, but randomly, probably at least 1 a week, I get not stood up, but they're crickets. So, all right, let's just get through these because we have a lot to go through. This first item is Mercari. Now, you're gonna find that my net profit on these 3 items is low, but I'm okay with it. And we'll talk about the Poshmark sale actually because I bought it for myself. I did not buy it to resell, and it's been hanging in my closet, and I finally was like, okay, I need to post this. I'm not gonna wear this. So, okay, the Mercari sale, you all have seen, I have picked up a lot. I pick up a lot of underwear and bras from my local pallet place that's a half a mile from my house. So all of the items that I get from there, the clothing items, are $1.99 plus tax. So it's very hard for me not to pick up nice underwear. You guys have seen I sell underwear. I probably have underwear at least a couple times weekly in my what solds. So I know my average sale price is going to be low, but I know that they're relatively quick flips. Most people wear underwear daily, so it's something especially the little kids' underwear. Where does it go? Does the washers eat it? Like, where are their underwear and socks going? So I just picked them up and they were super cute. So these are the Spirit Untamed. There's 7 in there. They're size 6. And I got a offer for $12 on Mercari. I think I had these listed. I looked on eBay because on Mercari, I do my own shipping on Mercari. So I knew I was gonna have to pay shipping and that my average sale price was going to be pretty low. But I went ahead and accepted because I went to eBay. I had just sent an offer out for $10.30 plus shipping to someone. And I know with Mercari, there are no fees coming out. Like, it's just what I have into it and what it's gonna cost to ship. So I went ahead and just accepted because truthfully, I hadn't had a sale yet yesterday. And I was like, okay, it's gonna be a low average sale price, but that's okay. I'm okay with it. And so I went ahead and accepted it for $12. The shipping ended up being $4 and like 30 some cents. So that wasn't bad. After my cost of goods, which were $2, and then the shipping, I profited, net profit, $5.62. So not bad. I mean, it doesn't take up a whole lot of space. I'm happy to see it go. I had so much underwear. I had to devote one entire plastic container for all the underwear I have. So if that tells you anything. So I was ready to like see it go for sure. The next item I have had for a while, and really I did not know about this brand until I got it. I bought it in February. Yes, I've had it that long. And I only got it for $1. There was a local thrift store that was going out of business. And so that day I went, all of their clothes were $1 each. And so I did, you know, I picked up a lot of Target that day too for $1 each, but they were getting pallets and stuff. Plus they took thrift, you know, they took donations. So I picked up these TK Axel jeans, and that is, I think a lot of people just call them Axel jeans. They're boot cuts, 34 by 30, slim boot cuts. They have this thick stitching. So it is important, especially like, they remind me a lot of buckle jeans. They really did. When I first saw them, I thought, man, those look like buckle jeans, but they weren't. They do not perform very well. And I was really disappointed really in their performance because they appear to be pretty good quality jeans. I've looked up like, where do you find TK Axel jeans? And it pops up like Sam's Club, Amazon, and then the website. So I don't know, maybe you all know, maybe there's a better place you get them, but they definitely did not perform the way I wanted them to. And so I had marked them down quite a bit. And they finally sold for $12 plus shipping on Mercari, or on Facebook, I'm sorry. And I'm gonna do this a little bit different. I'm inside today because it is cold out in my garage. I am in the Midwest. My inventory is in my garage. I did get my space heater out to start getting it, you know, plugged in and started. And I just hadn't plugged it in and started it yet. So yeah, my garage is insulated, but still, it's still pretty chilly out there this morning. So I thought, well, I'll just come into the house where it's nice and cozy. And yeah, so these do not fit. Man, I could have just shipped them out in a 10 by 13. These don't fit in my little Ziplocs without me really cramming them. So I'm gonna use this one for protection. I do not like, it's a pet peeve of mine, truthfully, if I buy something and it just comes in a bag, I'm not like, oh, great. I'm not one of those people, but it's a pet peeve to ship something without it being protected. And that's just who I am. And I'm okay with being who I am right now. But anyway, so it's gonna go out in a 12 by 15, but I just wanted it to have some extra protection. And I don't feel like it, you know, it doesn't add any weight. The two of these together were 0.6 ounces. So, okay, so I only sold it for $12. I'm just disappointed, and I probably would not pick them up again because I had them for so long. But my net profit on these were $8.37. Or it is $8.37. So there's that. Okay, Poshmark. This item I bought for myself at a Red Rack. I don't know if y'all are familiar with Red Racks. We have them in the Midwest. They are the old DAV, disabled vet. I think that's the DAV, disabled vet. That's what they used to be called. And then I believe they changed them to Red Racks. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sure somebody knows, but I believe that's right. Anyway, we have them in the Midwest. I'm not sure where all they are. They could be across the United States, but they like to mark up items here. And so I bought these for myself, no intentions of selling. It's the only reason I paid $13.98 for them. So when they first get items in, especially if they are brand new with tag, they mark them up. And I really, when I go there, I really just look at their house. I do look at their clothing, but I look more for myself, or if I can find something that really stands out. Every once in a while, you'll find an item where they didn't know what it was. I found Lululemon that the tag had, you know, the inside tag was ripped out and they didn't realize it was Lululemon, so they marked it cheap. I do find things like that, but it's just a lot of clothes when you go in. It's pretty big. There's a lot. So unless you have like several hours, and I do feel like you pay up for it, it's almost like going to the Goodwill now. But anyway, these were extra large pink training leggings. They're new with tags. They're dry fit. I got them for myself. No intentions, like I said, of reselling. And I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know what I was thinking because I don't wear pink leggings. And with my body, I wear black. That's what I wear. And I should have thought about that. I'm very self-conscious, you know, of my rump. And yeah, so I wear black leggings, and I just didn't even think about it. When I bought them, I just thought, oh my gosh, these are, you know, new Nike leggings. I needed leggings. So I bought them, and yeah, I wasn't using my noggin, but I sold them for $26 on Poshmark. It was full price, so I was happy with that. So my net profit is only $6.82. Not bad for something that I bought for myself and was a waste of money. And how many of us actually do that? We do it all the time. We buy ourselves things, and then you might wear it once or twice and be like, okay, that didn't like make me feel joy when I wore it, so I'm getting rid of it. So anyway, I did run out of my, this is a Poshmark, and normally I ship in my priority bags. I ran out of them in my garage, and they're out in my car, and it's cold and I don't want to go out, so I'm being lazy and I'm just using a poly bag. But it is definitely going out priority. So low average sell prices yesterday, but let's get through I'm gonna try and hurry on these so my video is not super long. So I don't remember Friday. I definitely didn't do a video on Friday, I don't think. I'm looking at my eBay too, sorry. I want to try and read some titles if I can, if it helps out. Okay. On Thursday, November 21st, I only had two sales. The first was this local Facebook marketplace pickup. She did a porch pickup, which I super appreciated because I had a lot going on and I was just like, you can do a porch pickup. I'm not able to meet today. But they were these overalls. They were Old Navy black overalls. They were a size 4 tall. I got them at the Goodwill outlet with my sister when we went to Kansas City. And my cost of goods was 92 cents. So that was great. I think I posted them for $24. She offered me 20 and picked them up from my house. And I was great with that. I was like, thank you. Just let's get rid of these and get that money back that I spent. So my net profit on these was $19.08. I thought that was overall a great, very fast flip. Overalls, I will always pick up overalls, even if it's not a popular brand. I will always pick them up. When I found them, I was like, oh, please be my size. And then I pulled them and they were like really skinny. And I was like, okay. Because I am actually looking out for me some black overalls. So anyway, great flip. The second sale was on eBay. This was so fast, you guys. And when I posted it, I thought, am I posting this too cheap? But I did research comps and I was like, I felt like I was almost posting it too high based off of some of the comps. I found this, you guys saw this in a haul. I also found these two pieces of fabric from the bins. They were in a clothing bin. And so the other resellers, it just looked like fabric. And a lot of time, that's a great place to find fabric for all of you crafters and sewers out there. But these were vintage vintage feed sacks from the Depression, 1930s. I put 1930s up to 1950s. So back during the Depression, the flour companies started putting flour for people to buy in these colorful feed sacks because it was a multi-use. You would get your flour and then you didn't have to buy fabric, because most people, they were struggling. They didn't have the extra money. So they would buy their flour and then they would use their flour sacks to make clothing for their children and for themselves. So it's very awesome. I love vintage. I almost kept these because I do sew. I just have not sewed in a while. So they were still in the flour sack shape. They were uncut flour sacks. And that is what I said. I will read you 2 uncut vintage feed sack fabric, 1930s to 50s, teal and white with red flowers lot. I posted these for $35 plus shipping and they sold within 2 hours. And it was an international sale. And I was like, I posted them too cheap. But the comps were there. I mean, I posted them right around the comps. So when that happens, I really think sometimes you do post it too cheap, but I also think that there are people, that they have those titles saved. That's what they're looking for. So they get notifications when someone posts a new item. And I really feel like that buyer was looking for that specifically. And mine just happened to be posted that day. So 92 cents each was my cost of goods. I sold it for $35. My net profit was $28.25. Amazing sale. I was very happy. My average sale price was up there, and that just made me super happy. So on Friday, someone opened something on Friday because all of a sudden I was getting sales and I had 6 of them. And I was like, this is a good day. This is a perfect day for reselling. So I did have a Mercari sale and I hadn't had one for a while, but I sold this loft red plaid flutter sleeve, tie neck, peplum hem dress, size large. I bought this October the 7th for $1. I believe it was in a bag sale. And I sold it for, I sent out an offer for $21.60. And they accepted that. My net profit was $15.34 after fees. Well, there's no fees on Mercari, but after the shipping. So $15.34. I had four eBay sales on Friday the 22nd. The first was this vintage felt Christmas stocking Disney 101 Dalmatians. This thing has, seriously, it has sat in my inventory. I do not have a cost of goods because that's how old it is. I was like, you know, some of these they'll sell good. Some of them will sell well, the vintage felt ones. I sold this with a 30% discount. So they got a 30% discount. It was purchased for $6.99 plus shipping. My net profit was $5.91. I made it just a little bit on the shipping, I think. The next is this 2015 calendar kitchen hand tea towel owl. And then it had an Aristotle quote on it. It was these calendar tea towels. People look out for them. And, you know, I did a haul and I had got this from the Goodwill. They were on like the 50% off day or 75% off. So my cost of goods on October the 7th was only 71 cents on this towel. I sold it for $8.99 with shipping, and my net profit was $6.30. So that's not something you're gonna get a huge net profit on. So, you know, a lot of resellers would not pick up these small items, but I definitely am more of a bread and butter seller. So the next item was this Grey's Anatomy by Barco women's black scrub pants, drawstring, size extra large. I got these also at the bins November the 1st through the 3rd for 92 cents. I sold these for $9 plus shipping, and my net profit was $6.23. The next item on eBay was this vintage SL Fashions mauve sleeveless floral dress, size 16, lace maxi. That was my title. I think I did a haul with this as well. I got it August the 5th at the Goodwill. I did pay up for it $6.10. I kind of just was trying this out. I love selling vintage items, especially like blazers and dresses and overalls and jumpers, things like that. I really like to sell the vintage, and especially if it's got like embroidery. So I really was just trying this out, and I felt it was fine for $6.10. So I kind of posted this for more, but I was trying to run comps with similar items. Sometimes it can be hard to run comps on vintage items, depending on what category it falls under. But I decided to only list this for $16.99 plus shipping, and it sold full price, and my net profit was $8.33. And then the last item to sell on Friday was a Facebook Marketplace pickup. It was a late pickup, and he asked me if I would meet, and I said, I'm sorry, I'm on call tonight. I can't. You're welcome to come pick these up at my door. They were going out of town the next day, and they needed them. So he did come, and actually he didn't come when he said he was coming. And so I sent him a message because it got pretty cold here on Friday night. And I said, hey, I don't want these to sit out all night. So, are you coming? Or like, if you're not, just tell me and I'll bring them back in. And he said, no, I'm just running late. He did come and get them. They were this BSN Sports Gear Pro Tech 5-pad football girdle, size small men's. I got this in the Goodwill outlet for 92 cents. I posted these for $24. They were new with tag. And I just ran comps on eBay for, similar football girdles. And, comps were around $20 to $24, 20, 25, 26, depending on like the brand, things like that. So I posted them for 24. He offered me 20 and he sent me a Venmo when he got them for $20. So my cost of goods was 92 cents. My net profit ended up being $19.08, which was a great sale. So that was 2 local Facebook Marketplace pickups, and some people would be like, I would not recommend pickup at your house if you live in certain areas. But, it just kind of depends on the factors for me. I might go to people's profiles and scam them. I don't know. You have to protect yourself, right? What is the crime junkie rule? Stay weird, stay rude, and stay alive, If you're a crime junkie, you know what I'm talking about. So anyway, Saturday, I ended up getting 4 sales. Super stoked because I felt like, okay, eBay is still awake. They were all eBay sales. The first is this Athleta Momentum Seamless Tank Racerback size 2X mauve. These are, I have another one listed. I bought these at a garage sale. My cost of goods was $2 on October the 4th. I sold this full price for $18 plus shipping, and my net profit was $13.58. This is a newer Athleta piece. I was very happy to sell this, and yeah, I almost messaged her and was like, hey, I have another one I would bundle, but I didn't. The next is this Garnet Hill Painted Ponies Horses Standard Pillowcase. I think you saw this in a haul. I was very happy with this performance. So Garnet Hill is it has a following. It definitely has a following. And when I saw this pillowcase, I could feel in the bins, because I've told you guys before, I don't wear gloves in the bins. I want to feel the fabrics and make sure you can feel the difference between quality fabrics and non-quality fabrics. I'm sorry. You just can. So, I just keep lots of alcohol gel on me at the bins. And so anyway, that's just how I do it. I prefer that. So when I felt this pillowcase, I was like, this is good quality. So I actually thought it was going to be like the Pottery Barn. And then I saw that it was Garnet Hill. So I researched it. There were only like 6 of this kind of painted ponies sheet sets. I think there was one lot of pillowcases that sold pretty decent. So I only had the one. So I posted it for an $8.99 plus shipping, and it sold within 2 days. I had someone on Facebook, right when it sold, a Facebook local person messaged me and said, I want this. When can I pick it up? So I had to send them a message and say, I'm so sorry, it just sold on eBay. But my cost of goods was 92 cents. You guys are seeing a lot of those Goodwill outlet pieces start to sell now. So my net profit ended up being $6.08. So it took up no room. It was actually, when it sold, it was in my pile to wash. So I had to wash it and dry it real fast. And yeah, so it didn't even make it into my inventory boxes. So very happy with that flip. It was fast. The next item is this Wild Fable Women's 90s Relaxed Straight Jeans, size 14, high rise, 31-inch inseam. I bought this from the Pallet Place on October the 28th for $207 was my total cost of goods. I took an offer of these of $10, which made my net profit $7.35. You guys see a lot of underwear and Target pieces go in and out. I'm not going to be making lots of net profit off of those items. I've stated that before. I'm fine with it. They're quick flips. They're all new with tags, and there are a lot of Target resellers on eBay. And I mean, there's some that's like a buy 2 items, get 1 free, or buy 1, get 1 free, free shipping. You know, I don't know how they make any money doing it, but that's them, that's their business. So to be able to compete, you do have to, you know, you just know you're going to have to mark your items competitively to be able to compete with some of those big Target resellers. So anyway, I'm okay with that net profit. And then the next item is also a Target. It's from the Palette Place. This was a Parade Women's Silky Mesh Flutter Longline Bralette Panty Monet size extra large new with tag. This was a bralette and panty set. Here's the crazy thing. And I don't know why. So I ended up with that panty in my bag of stuff from the Palette Place one day. And I was like, what am I gonna do with these? I can't, no one's gonna buy these, which I'm sorry, they were pretty freaking pricey for being, for being just one lone panty, okay? They were new with tags. I was like, what am I gonna do with these? I did not mean to bring them home. And then I went back like a week or two later and I found the bralette that matched them and they were the same size. And I was like, I'm buying this and I'm gonna sell it, because the bralette was posted, I mean, it was like $18 or $19 just for the bralette. So I bundled the two together. So my total cost of goods was $4.07. I sold these both for $17.99 plus shipping. My net profit was $10.55. So finding that bralette really helped me sell that. Otherwise, I would have just probably redonated those because I don't think I would have posted the panties by themselves. So I mean, it just happened to be like, this worked out somehow. So, and I made some money. So, and then Sunday I had 4 more sales. So it was a great weekend. The first was this Facebook Marketplace pickup. It was this vintage folk manus furry folk hand puppet realistic brown bear cub 9-inch plush. It was the cutest thing. I have had this in my inventory forever and ever and ever. And usually folk manus hand puppets, they do pretty well. People do collect them, especially the vintage ones. I've had some good luck with the, they're like dragon ones. So I did not have a cost of goods on this. I had it posted for $12 and she was so happy. She found it. She was going to give it to her dad for Christmas because I guess he collects them. And she Venmo'd me $15 and said, thank you so much. I'm so excited. So that was a great flip. I had no cost of goods because, you know, I claimed that last year or the year before. Truthfully, I can't remember when I got it. It's just been, he was in the bottom of my plush bin. And then the second sale was from Poshmark. It was this Anthropology Bistro Tile Margot coffee mug, monogram, initial letter A. I sold this for, I had this forever. I really had. And I was like, why isn't this selling? Because these monogram Anthropology mugs, they can perform pretty well. I think I had posted this for $12.99 initially. I don't think I took a offer on this on, I don't think, and maybe I just reduced the price or something. But anyway, it sold on Poshmark. So I do not have a cost of goods because it was in my inventory for so long. Sold it for $9, $2.95 fee, and it made my net profit $6.05. So I'm happy to see it go because I just went to an estate sale and I picked up, I'm looking at them right now, 5, 6, 8 coffee mugs. I'm like, stop it. But you know, sometimes you just gotta, if they're cute and good, you just gotta get them and take a chance on them because usually you can pick them up for pretty cheap. So anyway, glad to see it go. And then this eBay sale of these Nike Pro leggings, women's small, dry fit, mid-rise, cropped, black. I got this at the Goodwill outlets. It was in my outlet hauls, one of them, for 92 cents. I sold these for $16.20 on an offer, and my net profit was $13.09. All right, and then my last sale of the weekend was an eBay sale also. It's this Philosophy Women's Houndstooth Print Ruffle 3/4 sleeve bubble hem blouse 1X. I've had this for a while. It was in February, actually. My cost of goods was 91 cents. It was in a bag. And I feel like the Philosophy, it does not perform well. Maybe oversaturation. It really seems to be good quality clothing. When I do find Philosophy, it feels good quality clothing. Maybe some others would disagree with me, but when I find out, I'm always like shocked it's a Philosophy tag, but it doesn't perform very well. It's definitely a lower average sale price compared to other things, I guess. I don't know. That's my opinion. I've had this since February, 91 cents, and I took an offer of $10 just to sell it because it has been in my inventory for a while. And my net profit was only $6.58 on this. So a lot of times, especially now that I'm prepping for the Christmas coming up, the end of the new year, I am trying to really evaluate my inventory and figure out, okay, how do I get rid of a lot of this old inventory? I don't know. I feel like it's a fine line because you don't want to just scratch all your inventory and then go from, 600 items down to 100 items and you've made hardly any money. I don't know. It's kind of a fine line, but I do feel like this year I'm just trying to like freshen up some things, and it definitely takes momentum, and I don't know, really thinking hard on, okay, what inventory do I want to start not picking up in the beginning of the new year? I guess you have to set yourself some goals as a reseller also on what you want your closets to look like. So I'm just saying thoughts out loud right now, but last week numbers, I was very happy with my week. These are my net profit. I always want to give you guys my net profit because I feel like a lot of resellers, and I don't think anyone does this to make themselves, sound way better, but I have found that there are several that will be like my gross profit was, $1,500, but maybe their cost of goods were high. Maybe, at the end of it, it's the net profit that matters. It's what you're bringing home after you've paid things. So my net profit was $357.33, and that was from Monday, November the 18th through November the 24th, Sunday. So I had 26 sales, so I did not hit my goal of 5 items average per day. That's my new goal, and I am not hitting it, and that's why it's a goal. It's because I want to get there, and I'm gonna work really hard to try and do that this next year. So my payment for my student loans will be $71.47. For those of you that are following along, every week I figure out what my net profit is, and then I take 20% of that and I make a payment to my student loans. So you guys, I am happy with, I wish I could sell more because I want to pay my student loans off, but you have to chip away at things to make a difference. And a lot of times I feel like we give up because we don't feel like it's going to make a difference. Like, oh, this extra $20 payment's not going to make a difference. It does, you guys. So in November so far, I have paid this is what I've paid extra. So my normal monthly payment to my student loans is $156. I paid extra $159.07 so far just in November. In October, I wanted to get some numbers for you guys. the whole month of October, I paid an extra $246.15 to my student loans. So you can't tell me, you know, in October, I was making a $46 payment here, a $40-some payment here. You can't tell me that doesn't add up. That doesn't chip away, because I chipped away $246 extra. So I am happy to report my student loans are definitely under $1,000 now. They were in the 800s last I looked, and I have not made the $71 payment yet. I think that was going to get it down to right around $800. And then my next monthly payment will be paid on December the 2nd. So I'm very happy that I decided to really just go for it. This is one of the reasons why I started reselling, was to help pay off our debt. And paying off this one loan is just going to be, I don't know, I'm just very proud of myself. And maybe, you know, sometimes you got to just be proud of yourself for sticking to something and seeing it through the end. And I'm just proud of myself that I'm doing it, and it's going to be paid off in the next year. And this is why I'm doing it. And maybe one day when all my bills are paid, I can actually do this full time and quit my other job. So thanks for sticking around. This is like a 40-minute video so far. So yeah, thanks for showing support. Please hit the like button. Leave me a comment. Yeah, and I'll see you all later. And I will be posting my shoe haul from the Goodwill outlet. I'm going to be getting all of those shoes posted this week. So look out for that video, and I'll see y'all later.